I must tell you, Mrs. Connors, I can't give you a guarantee or any assurance that we will win.
But the $10,000 would be guaranteed if we took it.
If you settle the case, then it's guaranteed you'll get that amount of money. But what I'm talking about now, and what I want you to listen to, is what I believe will happen if you don't settle. I believe, and I feel very strongly about it, that we will win your case. We had a pretrial conference several weeks ago with one of our better judges. And he met with Mr. Spiegel and with me, and we discussed your case, and I argued why we brought the lawsuit and why I felt you should win. And Mr. Spiegel argued why he felt we would lose, etc., etc. The judge, who didn't put a settlement figure on the case, sometimes a judge will say, well, this is what I think should be paid. The judge, who was one of our best judges, and he won't necessarily be our trial judge. We may or may not get him. This judge, Judge Kavanaugh, said that he felt very, very strongly that there was no legitimate defense to your case. He felt that we would win. Now, that doesn't mean we will win.
Can we try to get him?
Well, we can't do anything about that. That's strictly a matter of chance. But even if we got Judge Kavanaugh, he wouldn't decide the case. A jury would decide the case. And the reason I'm telling you how he felt about your case is I want you to understand that I'm not the only person who feels strongly about your case. I'm your lawyer, and obviously I would see it from your point of view. But Judge Kavanaugh, who all of the lawyers in Philadelphia respect, he's very bright, he's very fair, at the conference he felt strongly that we would win also. In any event, while I can't give you a guarantee, as I've indicated, I do think that we will win your case. The second question is, well, if we win, how much will a jury award you? Now, in Pennsylvania, unlike most states, I'm not going to be permitted to tell the jury how much I think you should get. Nor will Mr. Spiegel be able to tell the jury what he thinks the jury should award, if anything. But I do think that your case will probably bring a verdict in the area of $150,000 to $200,000 or maybe $250,000. Now, don't go out and spend that money for Christmas.
Wow.
Because you haven't gotten it yet. But the reason I'm telling you about it is that if I am correct that your case is probably worth between $150,000 and $250,000, and when I say probably, let me explain what that means. We could win your case and get less than $150,000, and frankly, we might win your case and get more than $250,000. But based on my experience, and based upon my knowledge of your case and what I know about you and what happened, and I don't think there are many disputes about what happened in your case, I think that a jury, listening to the facts, listening to your testimony, and listening to the finance company's testimony, Mr. Jones will testify also, and you know him, and you have some idea from reading his deposition what he's going to say. I believe when the jury hears everybody's testimony, primarily yours, and sees the evidence in the case, that is the documents, including the letter that you got from Mr. Fairfax. Remember the letter? Okay. When they hear your testimony, see the evidence, see that letter, I believe not only will you win, but I believe a jury will probably award something in the area of $150,000, $200,000, maybe $250,000. Now, when I told you Mr. Spiegel has offered $15,000 to settle your case, your immediate reaction was, wow, that's a lot of money, I want to settle it. And you know what? You're right, it is a lot of money.
I need it.
It is a lot of money and you need it. But if my judgment is correct, and there's only one way to find out if my judgment is correct, and that's not to settle and let me try the case and let the jury decide it. If my judgment is correct,